होमज्ञानतिमिरन्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मिलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। वन्देऽहं श्रीगुरोः श्रीयुतपदकमलं श्रीगुरून् वैष्णवांश्च श्रीरूपं साग्रजातं सहगणरघुनाथान्वितं तं सजीवं साद्वतं सावधूतं परिजनसहितं श्रीकृष्णचैतन्यदेवं श्रीराधाकृष्णपादान् सहगणललिता श्रीविशाखान्वितांश्च। हे कृष्णा करुणा सिन्धो दीनबन्धो जगत्पते गोपेश गोपिकान्त राधाकान्त नमोऽस्तुते। तप्त काञ्चन गौराङ्गी राधे वृन्दावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरे प्रिये। नमो महावदान्याय कृष्णा प्रेम प्रदायिने कृष्णाय कृष्णा चैतन्य नाम्ने गौरत्विषे नमः। पञ्चतत्त्वात्मकं कृष्णं भक्तरूपस्वरूपकं भक्तावतारं भक्ताख्यं नमामि भक्तशक्तिकं। श्रीकृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासदि गौरभक्तवृंद। हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। जन्माद्यस्य यतोऽन्वयादितरतश्चार्थे सुभिज्यस्वराट् तेने ब्रह्महृदायादिकवये मुह्यन्ति यत्सूरयः। तेजो वारिमृदां यथा विनिमयो यत्र त्रिसर्गो मृषा धाम्ना स्वेन सदा निरस्तकुहकं सत्यं परं धीमहि। नारायणं नमस्कृत्य नरं चैव नरोत्तमं देवीं सरस्वतीं व्यासं ततो जयमुदीरयेत्। स्वस्ति अस्तु विश्वस्य खलः प्रसीदतां ध्यायन्तु भूतानि शिवं मिथो धिया। मनश्च भद्रं भजतादधोक्षजे आविश्यतां नो मतिरप्यहैतुकी। Reading from Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam, Canto 10, chapter number 21, verse 15. This is continuation of Venu Geet sung by the gopis in praise of the flute while expressing their loving emotions. So in the previous sloka we spoke how they talked about the birds being the sages here in Vrindavan, and very quietly, like austere, silent, peaceful sages, they sit and listen on the branches of the trees which are like the trees of the Vedas. So now in this verse they speak about the river or rivers, because there is a plural here. So in all these verses ultimately they are speaking about their own love which they project onto all these living beings, because they cannot speak openly. So therefore they are speaking in a paroksha manner, indirect manner. Nadyastada tadupdharya mukunda gita mavarta lakshita mano bhavamagna vegaha alingana sthagit murmi bhujair murare vinnanti padayugalam kamalopahara. So the rivers at that time, after hearing the song of Mukunda Gita, avarta lakshitam, lakshita manobhava bhagna vega. So their flow gets blocked. The river naturally flows down to the ocean from the mountain, but because of the song of Krishna coming through the flute, their mind becomes full of love, manobhava. So manobhava means that which is born in the mind, which is also name of love, Cupid, Manos, Mansija, Manobhava. And this is expressed, or it is indicated through the whirlpools. The water is not, if you block the water, then it starts circling around, and as if they are trying to embrace Krishna. That alingana sthagita murmi bhujair murare. So there are waves which are like the arms of the rivers, and they embrace murare, grinanti padayugalam kamlopahara, and then they hold on to the feet of Krishna. So murare padayugalam grinanti, and they offer their lotus flowers from the river at his feet, like worship. So in this way they are seeing the river, that even the river is relishing the flute of Krishna and worshipping him and offering the lotuses at his feet. And we are the only one who are unfortunate here, unable to go and see him. Kincha Krishnasya sarvamohanatvayapi nari jati matra mohanatvam atyadhikam iti aha nadyati. So although Krishna is attractive to all, everybody is attracted by him, and everybody loses their external awareness, becomes deluded by love, Krishna's love, but he is specifically most attractive to anyone who is female, not only human female, but nari jati matra, means female of any species, so including the rivers, nadya iti. So avarta hi paribhramai lakshitena manobhavena kamena bhagno vego yasamta. So because of this song which they hear from Krishna, their flow becomes broken or stopped or blocked. And why does it get blocked? It becomes blocked by the love which is manifest in their mind. So manobhavena kamena bhagno vega. How do we know this? So this is known by the whirlpools, avarta, which happen in that. So just like when your mind is fixed on some person because of love, then your mind rotates around that person, your thoughts, right? And if you are doing something else, if you are in flow of something else, your flow will stop. So you are sitting and instead of doing your work, you get lost in thoughts of the person. So that is the bhagna vega, means your normal activity stops and mind starts whirlpooling around that person. So that's what the river is doing. Ateva dharya lajjadi apgamnat. So therefore they have lost their patience and also their modesty. Because Ocean is considered as the husband of the rivers. Ocean is called Saritpati. Rivers are called Samudrapatni. They are the wives of the ocean. That's why they are always running towards the husband to meet him. Once they meet the husband, then they stop running because they have achieved their destination. So now they have lost their modesty. What is meaning that instead of going to the ocean, they stop. And also their patience, because they are churning. So Swapatim Prati Agamanat. So they are not moving towards their husband. So Jalati Vruddhya Urmaya Eva Bhuja Stair Yad Alinganam Tena Sthagitam Sambritam Nischali Bhutam. So because they are not moving towards the ocean, therefore the water stops and the level increases. And when the level is going up, the water is flowing and you stop it, it starts moving back, then there are waves in it. So those waves are like the arms, and by that they are embracing, as if they are embracing Krishna. And tena sthagitam sambritam nischali bhutam. So by that they have become motionless. And kula sthitasya murarhe padyugulam grinanti. So with these arms they are holding the 2 feet of Krishna, who is at the bank of the river. They cannot go too far away. But if the level is rising and he is in the bank, then the water moves a little bit and touches his feet. So swangesu dharayanti. So they are putting the feet on their own body. And kamalam padyam uparante, while offering the lotus at his feet. Yadva sushitalam sugandha jalam salilam kamalam jalam iti amara sviya jalena kshalnartham padyopahara pradatti ivatyartha. So kamalopahara means they are giving the gift of the flower or lotuses. But the word kamal can also mean water, as it is said in our course. Salilam, kamalam, jalam. So kamala is also a synonym of water. So if we take that meaning, then the meaning of kamalopahara would be meaning they are offering padya, like when you do puja. So you do padya, arghya, achmaniya. So they are as if washing the feet of Krishna with their own water, as if worshipping him. Kimva kamla swa sarva sampatti tam arpayanta. Or kamla also means Lakshmi. So, which means their wealth, means they are offering their wealth at the feet of Krishna. So Swaramanam Prinayitum iti bhava. So why they are doing it? Because they want to please, they want to satisfy their lover, who is Krishna. Tasam pati samudro api ta naiv dveshti. And their husband, which is the ocean, it does not hate Krishna. It does not become jealous of Krishna. So that is the difference. He says, Yatha asmat patiyo asman ityaho vayam eva dhanya iti bhava. Unlike our husbands who do not want that we see Krishna. So therefore, these rivers, birds, deers, cows, devis of the heaven, they are all fortunate, and we are the only unfortunate ones because we are unable to do all this, what all these even insentient beings are doing. Seeing Krishna and worshipping him and relishing his company. So next let's speak about the clouds. So everybody is fortunate except they. दृष्ट्वा तपे व्रजपशून् सह रामगोपैः सञ्चारयन्तमनुवेणुमुदीरयन्तम् प्रेमे प्रवृद्धोदितकुसुमावलीभिः सख्युर्व्यधात् स्ववपुषाम्बुदआतपत्रम्. So ambudah atapatram savapusa vyadhat. So the cloud, ambudah means cloud. So with his own body he makes or turns his own body like an umbrella on top of Krishna, because he is friend of Krishna, having friendship with him. Why is having friendship? Because they have something in common. Krishna is called Meghasyam and clouds are called Syama Megha. And they are Syama in color and they are Megha. So Meghasyam means one who is Meghaiva Syama. So one who is blackish like cloud, that is Krishna. So Krishna has a name Meghashyam. And they are the Meghas who are Syama in color. They are the clouds, blackish in color. So they have friendship. So Krishna also showers his grace on everybody. He is in love in everybody without any discrimination. And the clouds also do that. They bring the sweet water. They bring salty, undrinkable water from the ocean and turn it into nice sweet water and give it to everybody. So they are friends therefore. So when they see their friend being in the sun, atape, drishtva atape, why is he in sun? Because he is outside in the field tending the animals, vrajpashun, sancharayantam. He is grazing them. And anuvenu mudirayant, and he is playing on his flute. And clouds also have lightning which is yellowish in color. Krishna is also having his dress which is lightning in color. So there is a lot of similarity. So when they hear the sound of flute of Krishna, then their love becomes manifest. Prema praviddhautita kusmavalibhi. So then their love becomes manifest. How does it become manifest? Says kusumavali. So in the form of drops. So they start trickling drops and they turn himself into an umbrella. So royal umbrella is big in size and it is generally hanging on the side as pendants. If you see the description in 3rd Canto, when Lord Vishnu walked to see the Kumaras, so there his umbrella is described like that. And these crystals were hanging from his umbrella, that was looking as if the drops were coming from the cloud, because he was like the cloud himself. So that is what is described here, Uditaha Kusumavalibi. So their prema, which manifested, which increased, augmented, so it became Udita, manifest, appeared in the form of Kusumavali, or like the drop. The drops of water, they are called Megha Pushpa. They are the flowers of the cloud. So it is also as if they are dropping flowers on Krishna's head. And they are turning their whole body into umbrella. Svapusha atapatram vedhat. So this is how they are showing their friendship. So hanta hanta Sakhya bhavanto api atmanam kritarthayanti ityahu. He said, just see how wonderful it is that although these clouds are actually having Sakhya Bhav, the mood of friendship, but they are considering themselves as blessed by serving Krishna. So drishtva iti premna eva pravriddhya, so they are swelling because of love. Yavatya svavruddhya gogopal sahitasya atap nivaranam bhavet tavatim vriddhim prapta. So out of love they are becoming swollen, means they are expanding. Swollen means expanding. So how much they expand themselves? Because clouds can expand. So they expand as much as needed to cover all the cowherd boys. So it may be one big piece, but then it becomes elongated. So this elongation is out of love. When love is there, then the heart expands. When fear is there, then the heart contracts. So when the heart contracts, body also contracts. Heart expands, body also expands. So because the love in their heart increased, prem pravriddha, then the clouds, they also spread. And then drops of water like tears of joy were falling down from them. So kusumavali bhiriti megha pushpam ghanarasam ityabhidhanat. So kusumavali, kusum means flower, but here kusumavali here means, because pushpa is also called kusum. Pushpa means flower. Yam imam pushpitam vacham pravadanti hi manish mein Krishna says pushpita vach. Flower, flowery language. So pushpa is flower and kusum is also flower. So mega pushpa, because the water drops are flowers in the cloud. So kusmavali therefore here means water drops. Mega kusmavali. Ghanarasam, it is also called the juice of the cloud, the water which comes. So ityavidhanat, because when the rain fall down from the cloud, then cloud become empty. The juice is out. So they get juiced out. So jal kanavali bhi saha vapusha sakhyu krishnasya. So along with the drops of water, they with their body they are making the umbrella. Sakhyu krishnasya iti. So in this way they are showing their friendship. Rasa-vrishtiya santapa-haritvena savarnatvena sviya vidyud garjanabhyam pita vastra venu nadayo samyam drishtva. So they are dropping the rasa, which means water here, and in this way they are removing their santap. So santap means heat. Santap also means distress. Somebody is in distress, you give him one cup of juice, be happy. So they are doing rasa vrishti. They are showering rasa, which has meaning water and also juice, because it is ghana rasa. Ghana also means thick. So it's not diluted juice. It's not sometimes you get juice and then mix water in it. Means it's pure juice, solid juice. Ghan means solid. So they are giving ghana rasa, means pure juice to Krishna, so that he can cool himself. Right? If you are feeling hot in the summer, you get one big cup of sugarcane juice, cold, feel relaxed. So that's what they are doing. So santap haritvena savarnatvena sviya vidyut garjanabhyam pit vastra venu nadya samyam drishta. So they have the same color, cloud and Krishna, because Krishna is having cloud color. Varna also means like Varna, Brahman, Kshatriya, Vaishya. So Savarna means they belong to the same Varna. Right? So Krishna is tending cows. Cows eat grass. How does grass grow? Because of the rain. So therefore they are also tending cows. So Savarnatvena. And Sviya Vidyud Garjanabhyam. So they have lightning in them, which compares to the yellow dress of Krishna. So there is also color of the, not only their bodily color, but even the color of their attire is matching. And then Venunad, Krishna is playing flute and they thunder. So they have also their song. So he is playing flute, they are playing drum. So therefore he says that there is similarity, samyam. Drishtva cha sakhi bhava abhimanyamana. So Drishtva here means seeing Krishna with this similarity. Then they say, oh, he is a friend, he is our friend. And they are having this pride, abhimanyamana, that he is our friend because we have same color, same dress, and playing music and doing same kind of job, helping cows. So Atapatram Tusararsi Chatram. So Tusararshi or Tusaravarshi? So Tusaravarshi Chatram Vyadadhat iti akasastho megho api sukhayati. So then he makes this cloud which is raining water. So he says that in this way, even the cloud which is situated up in the sky is giving pleasure to Krishna. Vayameva tam sukhetum na prapnume iti dhigasman iti bhava. And it is only we who are so unfortunate that we are unable to give pleasure to Krishna. Therefore this is our pitiable situation. So they are going sometimes to insentient beings, sometimes to living beings, sometimes to human beings, sometimes to divine beings. So now they again come back to the ground reality. And they praise the Pulindi women. So Pulindi, Sabara, these are class of people who live in the forest. Purna Pulindya Urugaya Padabjaraga Shri Kumkumena Daitastan Manditena Taddarshana Smarrujastrunirushitena Limpante Anan Kucheshu Jahustadadhim. So Purnaha Pulindya. So Pulindi women, they are Purna. Why is that? So Urugaya Padabja Raga Shri Kunkumena Daitastana Manditena Taddarsana Smara Rujas Trunarushitena Limpante Anam Kucheshu Jahu Tadadhi. So this is very interesting sloka. How Sukadeva Goswami got this idea even to speak something like this. It's quite amazing. You think. So what these women have done, that they found kumkuma on the grass. That kumkuma which has touched the feet of Krishna, who is called Urugaya. Urugaya Padabja Raga Sri Kumkumena. And this kumkuma belonged to the Daita, beloved of Krishna. So Daitastan Manditena, it came from the breast of his beloved. And they saw it. When they saw this kumkuma, then intense love became manifest in their heart. Tad darsana smara rujas. So they almost like as if they are sick, which is called love sickness. So that is called smara ruja. So they contracted the disease called smara, or sickness of love. So when they were sick like this, then what did they do? They took the same thing which made them sick as the solution for the sickness. Ame, what is the sloka in the first canto? Ame na chikitsanti. It starts with amaya. So anyway, it says that the very object which gives sickness, that can also cure it. And this is what homeopathy works like that. And that is the formula of homeopathy. So it is also given in Bhāgavatam. Bhutanam jayata yena subrata tadevi ame kim na punate chikitsatam chikitsatam. So ame yasya bhutanam jayate yena subrata. That dravya, that object which ame means sickness. It comes from ama, undigested food. So that gives sickness. Krishna is called Karunamaya, you know that? Because he has disease of Karuna. Karuna plus Amaya, Karunamaya. So he has sickness of Karuna. He is always sick with disease, compassion. So therefore he is called Karunamaya. So he says that the same can be cured if it is applied in a obviously medical manner. So therefore it is said here that Sri Kumkumene Daitastan Manditene Tad Darsana Smara Ruja. So when they saw this Kumkuma, which has touched the feet of Krishna, and it came from the breast of Krishna's beloved, by seeing this they became lovesick. So Trina Rushitena, where was this? It was on the grass. So then what did they do? They took it from there and they applied it on their face and on their breast. Limpantya anana kucheshu, and then they became free from the disease. So this is the magic. So Krishna gives sickness, he also cures it. There is a song like that. Tumne hi dard diya, tum hi dawa dena. And you have given me the problem, you also give the solution.
You make me remember something very funny, because the indigenous people in my country, especially who lives in the mountains, they say that if you, for example, cut yourself with a knife, so you take this knife and you boil water with this knife, and then you take the water and no need to put the tetanus or the three things. So
that's
funny.
Yeah. So like the snake bites you, and also use the poison as the antidote. So idanim saundaryadi venunada venuganadi rupa gunau api anapekshamanam किंचित संबंध मात्रेणैव तन्मोहनत्वं प्रतिपादयन्ते प्रेम्ण सप्तमया भूमिकाया महाभावस्य मादनाख्यं महासारं भागम अभिव्यञ्जन्ते श्री विश्वभानुकुमारी चरण पंकज द्युतय आhu purna iti. So he says that this sloka is spoken by gopis who are like manifestation of the glow of the feet of Srimati Radharani. Sri Vishbhanu Kumari Charana Pankaja Dyuteya Aho. So what are they doing? They are actually expressing Mahabhav, a division of Mahabhav called Madana, Madanakya, which is the essence, Mahasaram Bhagam Abhivinjanta, which is the seventh stage of love. So what they are saying here, that in the previous slokas, all of these people, whether it was cloud or it was the deers or the does or the munis, the birds, so they all were hearing the song of Krishna's flute. And here he says that here these Pulindi women, these women, they do not have any relationship with Krishna's beauty or his playing of flute or qualities, anything independent of that. Simply by seeing the kumkuma, that red powder which women apply on their parting of the hair, and also in Rasa-līlā it's always applied on the breast also. So just by seeing that, means it has no relationship. It's not that it has any song in it or any color of Krishna. It is no reminder of Krishna. So that is Krishna's greatness. It is indicated. And it is actually indicativeness of the love of Radharani. That even a small hint can make her love manifest to that extent. That's what is being described here. So Saundaryadi Venu Ganadi Rupa Guna Api Anapekshamana means without any relationship with Krishna's beauty or flute or quality, activity, anything, but just a little relationship with him. Means this kumkuma has touched his feet and then it is on the grass, and that is making them go into the raptures of love. So that is the greatness of his love. So it says Purna iti. Pulindya Sabarangana eva Purna. So they are saying that these wives of the Sabara clan, they are the perfect women and we are unfortunate. They are calling them as Purna. Purna Pulandya. Vayam tu Apurna. We are imperfect, we are incomplete. So eva iti atas tadiyam tapo jigyasamana chikirshama iti anuraga dhvani. So how is that these women have become Purna, complete, perfect, and we are not? We should find out what kind of tapasya they have done. So they so that we can also do that. So tapo jigyasamana chikirshama. So we also want to, we are also eager to perform this kind of tapasya, that we become Pulindi women. So he says this is a sign of anurag. And the prema goes into the different states. So pranaya and sneha and so on. So rag, anurag before bhav and mahabhav. So that is what is being indicated here. Nanu kena tat kumkumam kutastya tavat. So how they got the kumkum, from where it came? So daitastan manditena. So it is coming from the, which was applied to the breast of the beloved. Daita sambhogat tadiya stan sambandhi. So it is having relationship with to the breast of Krishna's beloved. Ti bhava. Atas tadiya param saubhagyasya stutau abhilase cha sahasam kartum asuknuvati bhirasmabhi pulindya eva stuyante ti bhava. So in other words, what is being said is that, described here is that we do not even dare to describe the supreme fortune of that gopi, whose kumkum is this, what is described here. So and we do not have the ability to glorify her love for Krishna. So indirectly they are glorifying her by praising these Pulindi women. Because if this is the state of the Pulindi woman, then you can understand the state of one from whom the Kumkum came. How great, how wonderful is that? That is the Vyanjana here. So tasya trina lagna kumkumasya darshanena smaruruk kandarpa peda. So just by seeing the kumkuma which was sticking to the grass, they became sick from love for Krishna. Kandarpa peda. Yasam ta. So these are the Pulindi, that's why they are complete, they are perfect. Na janimahe Krishna darshane tasam kim abhavishyat iti bhava. So if this is the situation with these women, that they are going into raptures of love by seeing the kumkuma which is on the grass, what would be their state if they saw Krishna himself? So that's why they are perfect. That is their greatness. Tatascha Krishnanga Saurabhya Jigrikshaya Ananeshu Tatkrit Sambhoga Lipsaya Kuchesu Limpanti. So therefore, desiring to smell the fragrance of Krishna's limbs, they apply this on their face. And then with the desire to have union with Krishna, they apply it to their breasts. So Satya Krishna Sambhuktam Anya Manya Stadadhim Kandar Pidam Jaho. And therefore, thinking that they have had union with Krishna, they became free from the sickness of love. Aho tat kumkumasya api ayam kopi shakti vishesha iti bhava. So the meaning is that how wonderful is this kumkum, that it has such power that it is making these women go into state of love. Vayam tu tacchapi janma madhye api sakrid na api na prapnumaiti bhava. So we ourselves who have actually taken birth as cowherd women, even once we do not have such opportunity. So this is our situation. So Padyamidam Śrīmad-Ujjwal-Nīlmanau Madanam Adhikritya Sada Bhogepi Tadgandha Matra Adhara Stutir Yatha Iti Atra Udahritam Sada Bhogepi Iti Madanasya Bhav Samastitvat Eva Sambhoga Sarva Viharasya. So he says that this sloka has been cited by Sri Rupa Goswami in his book Ujjwal Nilmani, where he describes Sringar Rasa in much detail. So he says, while describing the Madan Akhya, Mahabhav, the Mahabhav called Madan, he gives this as an example. So, Sada Bhogepi Tadgandha Matra Adhara Stutir Yatha. This is part of that sloka there. It says that they are even having union all the time. If they get, Radharani is in union with Krishna, and even if she gets little idea of anything related to Krishna, then she praises that how fortunate is this, how fortunate is that. Although she herself is in union with Krishna. So that is the state of this Mahabhav, that anything which is in relationship with Krishna appears so wonderful. And that's why they say that this verse is actually spoken by Radha herself. Although it is described here in the commentary that the gopis spoke, but it is she who speaks, or it is at least about her. because it is she who has this Madan Bhav. But since it is in commentary said plural, then means spoken by the other gopis. So the meaning is that Sada Bhogayapi iti Madanasya Bhav Samastitvat. So in Madan Bhav, all other bhavas are included. Means all this rag, anurag, etc. They are all part of it. So eva sambhoga sarve viharascha madane vartante. So all the union and all types of pleasures, they are included in that. Atra viharo api sambhogas tadanim sahasa eva krishna avirbhavat tena sahanjaya. So he says that here the vihara, because it says sambhoga and vihara. Viharo api sambhoga, so playing here means union, and means at that time Krishna suddenly becomes manifest in that. Ateva atra prakrame varnyantiyo bhire bhire ityatra sahasaiva avirbhutam Krishna malingitvanti. So earlier it was said, this is in the very beginning, verse number 6, where it says that iti venu ravam rajan sarva bhuta manoharam shrutva vrajastriya sarva varnayantyo bhire bhire. So there it says that in this way, O king, after hearing the sound of the flute, which is all attractive, the women of Vraja, they began describing. So this abhire bhire has two meanings. One meaning is that they start describing the song of the flute, that's why it is called Venugita. And the other meaning of abhire bhire is to embrace. So what he's saying is that at that time, then Krishna suddenly appeared there and they embraced him. Because that is the state of Madana. Because in Madanakhya Mahabhava, all the viharas are available. That's what he said. He says, Sarve sada bhogayapi iti madanasya bhav samastitvat eva sambhoga sarve viharascha madane vartante eva. So in Madanakhya, everything is included, everything is available. Therefore it says, Atra viharo api sambhoga. So here vihara means sambhoga or union. So tadanim sahasaiva Krishna avirbhavat tena sahagya. So that means Krishna suddenly appeared at that time and was with them. Ateva atra prakrame, therefore when before the Venu Geet was started, the description started, it was says varnayantyo abhirebire, that atyatra sahasaiva avirbhutam Krishnam alingitvatya. That Krishna became manifest there and they embraced him. That is the meaning, and he says that this verse actually confirms that. Iti api artham ahu. So this is, the meaning is also described here. So sarva bhavo udgamo ullasi madano ayam paratpara rajate hradani saro radhayam eva yasada. So he says that this Madan Bhava is Paratpara, it is the ultimate limit of love. And Sarva Bhava Udgam Ullasi, it excites all the bhavas become manifest together. And he says that this is the Hladani Sar, this is the essence of Hladani Shakti, and it manifests only in Radha. Tatraiva ukte, so this is also from Ujjwal Nilmani. Anya vaktrikatvena api naidam vyakhayam. So therefore he concludes that this sloka cannot be spoken by anyone else. So his conclusion, and also Jiva Goswami, Sanatana Goswami, they all conclude that this verse is spoken by Srimati Radha. So I'll stop here if there is any question.
Balaji, may I ask you one question? Last Thursday you mentioned the example of Kumaras who were attracted by Narayana by feeling the smell of tulsi leaves from his lotus feet. And it isn't very clear to me why they were attracted by the tulsi leaves and not by Narayana himself, because when they saw Narayana they got a direct projection of Narayana through their eyes. And when they felt the smell, so they got the contact with the dravya, which is tulsi, and not Narayana. So why were they attracted by this samyukta samvaya and not by samyoga samvaya directly with Narayana?
No, they also saw Narayana, but the transformation in their body happened when this entered inside them, because it's going directly in them. So Svavivrena.
But isn't Narayana, while they were seeing him, they were seeing directly Narayana.
Yeah, but when you see the person is there, it's not going inside you. But the fragrance means it came into their nostrils and went inside. Svavivrena, pravishya svavivrena chakara sankshobham. You see the difference or not? When you smell something, if the person is standing there, and when you smell, the fragrance goes inside you. The person is not going inside you.
But by seeing him, well, that perception also goes inside them.
But do you see But you see the difference between perception and the object going inside? Perception is perception. It's an image.
Yeah, but it's not Narayana who was going inside them, but an attribute of Narayana.
Yeah.
Tulsi.
Yeah, so that's why it shows that how powerful is Narayana. This is a Kamutya Nyaya. That if the fragrance of Narayana, which is not actually the fragrance of his body, but of the tulsi, which was in the garland. So from this you have to apply Kamutya, a fortiori principle. You are only seeing it from the other angle. Why not Narayana is doing this? But what the sloka is saying, that one characteristic of Narayana's garland is doing this, so what to speak of Narayana?
Oh, I see.
That's how
Thank you
to understand. Wait.
In the Avatarana here to this last tika, where he writes Sri Brishabhanu Kumari Charana Pankaja Dyutaya. I mean, given that the conclusion of the tika is that Vrishabhana Kumari is herself the speaker of the verse, is there any possibility that this statement could be taken like an honorific way of just speaking of her? Like the way you say, and Sri Jiva Goswami Charan said da 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 da, something like, is that also possible?
Yeah, it's possible. It's very much possible. That's why he concludes like that. Yes, Sandeep.
Bhakti, my question was that who exactly are these India women? Are they gopis? Because if that verse is spoken by Śrīmad-Bhāgavata, so then are these India women gopis only, or are they some forest girls, or
No,
who exactly are they?
it's a class of people who live in forest, so their wives, Pulinda, Sabra. They're not gopis. Bhil नहीं सुना भील
हाँ भील तो सुना है, जैसे राम जी के।
बस वही है.
तो फिर why Radha Rani is like saying this verse?
Because the Venu Gita is spoken by gopis.
अच्छा.
Who is speaking the Venu Gita? Not the Bhilnis. Gopis are speaking.
Okay.
She is among them. And it was said earlier that all these slokas are not spoken by one gopi, but different gopis.
Okay. Another one more question was there, like how to you explain, but I think missed that point. Like these clouds, that color, etc., and feeding the cows, that is understood. Like how about the dress? Because Krishna is having the pitambari, and how the clouds are having the pitambari.
Lightning happens in
That be white, no, not pitambari.
See it next time.
Okay.
Babaji,
Yeah.
I have a question about, we said that the gopis are speaking these verses in Purva Raga. So now obviously there's no more Purva Raga, and especially if the reference is to the Kumkum of Radharani, who has previously enjoyed with Krishna, because the Pulindi women, they are reminded of that. So then there's no more Purva Raga. So are these different?
So I'm repeatedly mentioning. I'm repeatedly mentioning at every sloka. In the beginning of class also I said that these gopis, they are expressing their own love by projecting it on this Pulindi and clouds and deers, because that's how mind works. So this is Alankaric language. This is the Vyanjana way of expressing love. So if you take it, obviously if you take it literally, then there is no Purva Raga.
But if Krishna appeared there at that moment.
Yeah, but you are not understanding what I am saying. Listen what I am saying. That they are projecting their bhava onto Pulindi and speaking like this. Means there is no kumkum. Where did they see the Pulindis rubbing kumkum in their face? So one is that you can say, well, they are also seeing because they have the power, and this. Another way to see from is the point of view of prema, that out of their madness of prema, then they are expressing it like that. And this is to show that the state of, this is how the whole Vyanjana works like that. Otherwise people say, where is Radha mentioned in Bhāgavatam? So this is the whole thing of Vyanjana. So people like Jiva Goswami, Sanatana Goswami, Vishwanath Chakravarti, they are the one who understand this. Other people will give just normal thing. They are not going to talk about Purva Raga or this Raga or that Raga. So okay, this is their Krishna's Venu Gita is like that. So I said earlier that in Sahitya there are certain Lakshanas. So those are called Lakshanik Granthas. And then there are Kavyas where those Lakshanas are shown. So what is being described in Ujjwal Nilmani, what happens at the state of Madan, what happens at the state of Anurag, what happens at the state of Sneha, Prema, all these things. So that is what is being described in Bhagavatam. That's how when you read Brihad Bhagavatam, then he goes from one person to another person. He starts with some Brahmana in Prayag, then he goes to a king in South India, then he goes to Indra, then he goes to Brahma, then he goes to Shiva, everybody points. So all this is what Bhagavatam also does, all these stories of Dhruva and Prahlad and then the Pandavas and all this keep on coming. And in between you will see the prayers, how when Krishna is entering Dwarka, then how the people they are feeling, how the queen is feeling. So they are all lakshanas. When you will know the definition of different levels of prema, then you will see that in these descriptions. So that's why Bhagavatam, he says, Pivata Bhagavatam Rasamalayam Muhuraho Rasika Bhuvi Bhavaka. So those who are Rasikas, they will understand it. So one is just the storyline. Another is the bhava which is being described there. So if you take it the way you are saying, then of course, then there is no Pururaga, then Krishna is here, he is meeting them, and where is the Pururaga? But when you know the whole story, how it is going, and when you will read 29th chapter, then it will become very clear that this is the first time these gopis are actually having meeting with Krishna. So that is the pushti. So there is viyoga and there is a sambhoga. And pururag is one type of viyoga. And after that there is tushti. So that has all been described here in Bhagavatam. So then you study, then you say, okay, this is the pururaga, now the tushti is coming. Then there is vipralambha. And after that, again, union. So with the different types of, 4 types of viyoga which Rupa Goswami describes, they are all found here in Bhagavatam. So that is seeing it from the rasa point of view.
Thank you.
Okay, any other question?
Just a little bit to follow up on that topic. So, for example, in the first verse we discussed tonight, the way that they saw, let's say, the water in the river, the water's just flowing in the river.
Yeah, just flowing.
And then, due to the intensity of the bhav that they're feeling, they're seeing or projecting or imagining or what have you, this whole way that this water is actually in love with Krishna or adoring Krishna. So, would it be, in the similar way, perhaps they saw some red ochre in the grass, or perhaps they saw some Pulinda ladies just walking by, and then they then quote, saw all of this, or this whole narrative of how they saw that, kumkum, wherever they saw it, is what they're seeing by virtue of this bhava, if you will, but isn't necessarily like a literal event that took place.
Yeah, I mean, now if they only saw, it said that this has happened to them by kumkum, what would happen to them if they see Krishna? Now Krishna is going into forest every day. And these people live in the forest, so you think they never saw him? Or? Right? Obviously they see him. How is it possible that they live in forest and they never saw Krishna?
Mm-hmm.
And obviously these people, they live in forest, but they come to do some work, this type of like iron type of work, this work. It still used to be in the villages like that.
Mm-hmm.
Making different types of these instruments with iron and heating and all that. And this is the type of work they do.
Mm-hmm.
Because you plow field, so you need a plow, you need time. This iron thing which goes in the earth, so that has to be sharpened. So who is doing that? There, these kind of things.
So just to confirm, like in English we have phrases like a reverie or to muse, and someone, so to speak, sees something in the midst of their mind's eye.
It also happens in life that according to your bhav, you see things. So bhav mula samsara. You have your family members, you see them according to the bhav. Then you have your neighbors, you don't see the same people. You don't see them the way you see your son, your brother, your sister, your wife, your girlfriend. Then you get angry with the girlfriend, then the girlfriend doesn't look the same way as it was looking half an hour ago. What has changed? It's only your bhav which has changed. Nothing else. The same person looks like that you don't even want to look at the face with whom you enjoyed so much and intimacy. So what goes is the bhav. So what is important thing is bhav. What is being described here is bhav. Bhakti, what is the essence of bhakti? Is bhav. Bhav grahi janardana. So the thing is not how much you do and what you do, but what is the bhav. So there are two things. One is action and one is the intention behind the action. So what is important? So there are four possibilities. One is that you have good bhav and good action, favorable action. Other is that you have good bhav but unfavorable action, like father beating the son because to chastise him, or Mother Yashoda time binding Krishna. So her bhav is, because this problem comes there, anya vilasita sunyam gyan karmadi anavritam anukulene Krishna anusilanam bhakti uttam. So how it is bhakti? What is the anukul? Krishna is crying, he is terrified. Even Kunti is singing, Swam bhirapi yad vibheti, savimoheti mam, that I am bewildered to think. So where is the anukula in that? So how will you call it uttama bhakti? So therefore, good intention and favorable action. Good intention and unfavorable action. Bad intention and favorable action. I bring fruits, flowers, I flatter you, but I want to trick you. And that's what deception, that's what cheater. Right? Putana. So our action is nice, but bhav is not. And then there is bad intention and bad action, like Kamsa, it's coming directly to kill. So the importance is of the bhav. And if bhav is right, then action will follow bhav only. So that's why if you read the commentary of this sloka by Jiva Goswami, he gives a very elaborate commentary on this, Anya Vilasita Sunyam. And he says that actions are of two types, and favorable, pravritti, pravrittyatmak, nivrityatmak, right? And then he talks about bhava there. So that has to be studied. That is the subtlety of the action. So we get only bewildered by the external things. So what you have to catch is bhav, because that's what Krishna is doing. Okay.